Okay, we are on day 6 of Maggie and Millie. Today is our writing day. Let's start with our team cooperation goal. Is still active listening. Think for a minute about what that looks like and what that sounds like. Okay, and then today you're going to imagine that you're Millie's owner and you want to show her around the neighborhood so she doesn't get lost or scared. You're going to write a descriptive paragraph to tell Millie about your neighborhood. So have you ever had a friend, have you ever had to tell a friend about something that you saw? You probably use descriptive words to make a mind movie about what you saw. When you write descriptively, you want to help your readers better understand what you're writing by using descriptive words. One way to write descriptively is to use adjectives in your writing. So let's look at this. It says, Gabriella wore a dress to the party. She ate a lot of food there. She and other children played games together. This paragraph is missing a lot of descriptions. What do you think's missing? We don't learn a whole lot about the party from this passage. It's pretty boring. It doesn't give us very many adjectives, and we want people to be interested in our writing. So first, let's think about how we could make it better. What about, well, what kind of dress did she wear to the party? So that would give us a better idea if we could describe her dress, or like it says that she ate a lot of food there. Well, what kind of food did she eat? Or maybe even what kind of party was it? It says that she and other children played games, but what games did they play? So readers would want to know more about all those different kinds of things. So here's rewritten the same thing with more details. It says Gabriella wore a bright pink dress covered with shiny crystals to her grandfather's 75th birthday party. She ate a lot of delicious food there. They served bite-sized churros filled with jelly, cheese, and crackers, and her mother's sweet and spicy salsa with tortilla chips. She and other children they played dancing games together. They created contests to see who could dance the longest to the fast rhythms of the music played by the Latin band. Do you see how that added a lot more adjectives to describe, like we described with adjectives, a bright pink dress, or what kind of birthday party? It was the grandfather's 75th birthday party. So descriptive words help you make a mind movie about what you're reading. So today we're going to write a descriptive paragraph about your neighborhood so Millie will not get lost or scared in it. It says, imagine that Millie is your pet and you want to make sure she does not get lost or scared in your neighborhood. Write a descriptive paragraph to prepare Millie for the sights she will see in your neighborhood. Begin your paragraph with an opening sentence that tells where you live and why you're writing this paragraph. Describe at least 3 things in your neighborhood. Think about landmarks that would be easy for Millie to recognize if she got lost. Use at least 1 adjective or descriptive word to describe each thing or landmark. End your paragraph with a closing sentence that restates the main idea of your paragraph. This is how it's going to be graded. You wrote a descriptive paragraph for Millie to tell her about your neighborhood. That's 25 points. Your paragraph begins with an opening sentence that tells where you live and why you're writing the paragraph. That's worth 10 points. You describe 3 things or landmarks in your neighborhood. That's worth 15 points each for 45 total points. You use at least 1 adjective or descriptive word to describe each thing or landmark. That's worth 5 points each for a total of 15 points. You end your paragraph with a closing sentence that restates your main idea. Okay, so it's important to plan as we write. So we're going to use a web to help us plan. Okay, so let me give you some examples. And if you don't live in a neighborhood, you can make up one, that'd be fine. So you would put your neighborhood name here, whatever it might be, and then think about some of those details that you might want to add that are like landmarks of your neighborhood. So maybe you have some flower pots in your doorway. That would be helpful for Millie to be able to find your house. Or maybe there is a tree across the street. Or maybe there is a school at the end of the street. So thinking about the neighborhood this school's in, there's a school at the end of the street for some people. And then you want to describe these things. So for example, if you said flower pots in a doorway, you would also want to add some describing words to that. Like, what about them? Maybe you would say that they were colorful, or any kind of descriptive adjectives that would tell just a little more about those flower pots in the doorway. Or the tree across the street. Well, what about it makes it unique for Millie to be able to find it? Maybe it's gigantic, or has a tire swing. And what about that school that is at the end of the street? What's it made of? Like, is it made of red brick? Or maybe you want to say its name. So you're going to plan your writing, and you can make up a place if you want to, but you're just going to kind of organize it. I'm going to go back to the rubric real quick. You just want to make sure that you're writing a descriptive paragraph for Millie the tiger to tell her about your neighborhood. It has to have that opening sentence, telling where you live and why you're writing it. You want to describe at least 3 things. Like when I did my web, I'm going to talk about the flower pots and the tree and the school. And then you want to make sure you have an adjective that describes each of those things. So that's where I put in the colorful flower pot, or the tree that has the tire swing, or the school that has the red brick on it. And then you want to close with restating the main idea from the beginning.